All right, here we go. On the count of three.
It's gonna be the new theme music. All right, go ahead.
And welcome back, everybody, for another episode of Straight Out the Sip. My name is Ronza, and I got with me my boys Donald and Nick. And guess what, guys? We got something to say. Listen, last week we talked about relationships, and it was a pretty interesting conversation. So we, as a group, we said, "Hey, we got to run it back, right?" So this week we have joining us Karen from Jackson. Welcome to the pod.
Hey y'all, thank y'all for having me.
Of course, of course. And look, we're gonna get straight into it, okay? Because Nick been rubbing his hands like Birdman for the past week because he's excited about this topic. And so let's get straight into it. Like,
Hold on,
what
it's
did,
not just me, it's Donald too, man.
it's Donald too.
Yeah, it's
Man,
Donald too.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Now you ain't got nothing to do with
I
that.
ain't got
Hey,
nothing to do with that.
That's
I,
crazy.
I gotta go home tonight. I ain't got nothing to do
That's what
with
I'm
that.
saying. Hey, me too, man. Shit.
Hey man, listen, we it's a podcast, man. We gotta do what we gotta do sometimes, you know. But all right,
Don't
guys,
make
let's get
nobody
in.
homeless.
Right.
I mean, we're not gonna do that. Okay, we're not gonna do that. But guys and gal, let's get into it. So, what do y'all think are some key characteristics in finding your partner? Karen, let's start with you, ladies first. You know, what's some key characteristics you feel you want to see in a partner?
Well, first, you gotta have some. I need you to have some book smarts. I don't need nobody that's just out here operating off of a lick of common sense. And I'm talking about common sense is about as close as my nails touching. But of course, you gotta have some dedication. You need to be motivated to want to do something with your life. Have a career. I need you to love yourself as well because I can't love you if you don't even love yourself. And there's a lot of ways that you can see if a person loves themselves by how they carry themselves, upkeep. It's just a lot of different things, and that's just a few. Those are the main ones. But I need you to love yourself, have some common sense, and have some drive, some motivation, some dedication. I need that there for you to even be a candidate of somebody that I would want to date.
Oh, a candidate. Oh,
A
you hear that,
candidate,
guy?
Okay.
A candidate.
Okay.
a candidate. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Donald, I'm gonna let you go next because last week Nick kicked it off, so I'm gonna let you go.
Um, I mean, I don't really have too much. I'm a very simple person, so for me, the biggest thing, of course, is having some sense. For the most part, and other than that, just really, just being loving, being caring, respectful. Um, not only respecting me, but respecting my family. That's really the biggest thing. I'm real big on family. So as long as you get along with my family, me and you be good. Having drive, having some ambition, a little ambition about yourself, wanting to have more for yourself. Um, and that's really not trying to, reiterate anything else, but that's just some of the things that I would like to add to that person, as far as me seeing the value in them and something that I would like to have as a partner.
Okay. All right, Nick, what you got for us?
I mean, just piggybacking off of what Donald said, everything that Donald said was is true, but I just like to add one more thing. She just have to know God. Like I want her to know God. That's it.
Hey man, like I feel you
And
on that, dog.
truly, I feel like it's truly knowing God too, like not just saying that you just doing it, but not really just doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel you, man. Like, and I'm the same way. Like, I prefer my woman to have street smarts, book smarts, common sense,
Hmm.
and also, like you said, Nick, have a relationship with God because God is very important in
Yeah.
in all of our lives. And I really say that, and I truly mean it because when I moved out here back in 2020, like I was legit by myself. I ain't know nobody up here in Connecticut. It was just me and my phone, FaceTime my friends and my folks back at home every single day. Because past that, it was it was nothing up here for me at that time. But since then I met somebody, and um, she meets some of those characteristics that I said before. But those are some good characteristics to have. But I do want to ask one question, because all of you all said something about having that drive, you know, and I feel like sometimes that right there is kind of like a moving goalpost in relationships sometimes, because sometimes somebody can be like, "Oh, I want somebody with some drive," right? But they're an entrepreneur. Well, the person that they're dating is an entrepreneur, and the business isn't, popping off like it's supposed to. Like, do we still stay with that person, or do we move on? Like define when you say drive.
I'm saying like if a person is an entrepreneur and like you with that person, you should have been known that before you even got with that person. If that's something you want to do, I feel like if you want to take on that role of paying out the bills and stuff like that, I see no problem with it. It's cool, you know. So I gotta say because like my wife, she's an entrepreneur. So
Okay, what you gotta say, Karen?
I mean, I think it's like it's different levels to it. So, of course, if you with somebody and they're an entrepreneur, you got to understand a business just don't take off overnight. It's going to take constant work. So that means you have to kind of show up for your partner and be there and get them encouraging words when they may be ready to throw the towel in, because it can get hard. Like even coming from me, I do makeup on the side and I'm a content creator. So some days I'm getting views and some days, I'm making progress. And the next day it's like, okay, you got 5, you got 10 views, where I've had things to take off and I've got like a couple thousand. So you have to kind of be able to, I guess, motivate your partner when they're kind of getting in that stagnant place. And then too, if you are like driving them, if you see where they may have ventured into a business or something that you don't think is maybe a good niche or maybe profitable, you have to kind of motivate them in a way to maybe think outside the box and do something else or do something different without belittling them, if that makes sense, and
mm,
making them feel like they made a bad decision on being an entrepreneur.
Mm,
okay, okay.
okay. Oh, look at Karen coming out
Yeah,
with some fire. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay, Nick, throwing a thumbs up. Thank you.
I didn't know. I didn't know how to. Oh, I didn't know you could do that, bro. I did not know you could do that, bro.
This man
Okay.
here. Yes, man. There are iPhone features where you can throw thumbs up and thumbs down and stuff like that. It'll react to you. Oh God,
That's cold. I like
Fireworks.
it.
Wait, let me see if it's gonna do it. It
it,
won't
it's
pick it up.
it's not.
Oh, that
That's
sucks.
that's what y'all get. Okay. But back on the topic. Like, I feel what you all are saying. And you're right. Like, you should be pushing your significant other or partner to want more and do more. But I feel like sometimes in this generation, I feel like we're such a popcorn generation where we just want it so quick,
Mm,
you know? And I feel like that, and I really feel like it pertains to relationships as well, because people will be like, oh, we're finna do this and do this and do this and do this and do this all within a year or 2 years. And you're just like, slow your roll, partner. Like, slow down, Like,
yeah.
but like I feel like this generation has kind of lost its way in dating as well, because I don't think we truly, well, sometimes I don't think some people truly value the person that they're dating as well. So let me pose this question for you all. What do you all see as a like making a person valuable to you? If you get what I'm saying. One of you all. Somebody.
How
Anybody?
about you
Donna,
go
go
first
Man,
this
ahead.
time?
I don't know. It's a tough question. Only because to me it kind of goes hand in hand in what we were talking about earlier. But as far as the value, for me, the value, what the valuable things that I see in a woman, or especially my wife, more in particular, is the fact that she's very supportive for the most part. 'Cause just back to the whole entrepreneurship thing that y'all was just talking about. I'm also an entrepreneur as well, so Early on, her and I, we always had discussions about me wanting to become an entrepreneur and doing different things. And, she's always supported me from the jump. Um, I don't think she really understood what it was until I actually got into it. But like I said, she's very supportive. She always holds me down. She picks me up when I'm feeling down. So that part I do find very valuable in a significant other. Um, Outside of that, it's a lot of things, man. Like it's really it's kind of hard to put it all into one particular category because there's a lot of things that she doesn't necessarily do or say, but it's kind of like I don't know, it's kind of like an experience, So being with that one person for so long, like me and my wife, we've been together for 10 years, but we've only been married like a year and a half. So, it's I don't know, man. Like circle back to me because it's really a lot. I gotta kind of get my thoughts together, but yeah, that's my 2 cents for the first part. I don't know.
Mute.
I
I
realized that my
think
mic was on mute. My bad. But
I think with me though, I would say like a valuable thing with me would probably be like patient, kind, and just loving. Like you want someone that's gonna be patient with you. Like you come home, you didn't do good to that day, like as far as like working or whatever. Especially like if you're an entrepreneur, you ain't make as much that day. You want somebody to be patient with you. Like, okay, babe, maybe we can get it together tomorrow, and like consistent too, That's all I gotta say.
okay, what you got for us, Karen?
I think, well, me personally, I like somebody that's attentive to me and things that I like just little small stuff. Like if I like the Dove soap in a certain smell, and you see, okay, she running low on it, like go get it for me. Like I like people that pay attention to the little small details about me, like without me even having to say anything. Or you know how sometimes you're in the conversations like, "Ooh, I forgot to pick up this," and then the person has it for you. So I really like attentive to small details. That's something that I really really hold close because I'm a person like I do that. So I'm very observant. So anybody that I'm dating, like I observe you. I observe what you like to do, what you don't like. I like even just little stuff down to the lotion that you like. So I like somebody that can reciprocate that.
Okay,
What about
okay,
you,
and
Ron?
I mean, so I was I'm kind of the same with you, Nick. Like somebody that pays attention, and to me, what makes you valuable to me is if I can be myself around you,
Oh yeah,
then
that's a good one.
then you're valuable to me, because I don't have to sit here and be like, oh, is she gonna judge me? Is she gonna look at me sideways? Is she gonna
Walking on
be,
eggshells.
yeah, walking on
Yeah.
eggshells? Because if you ask, any of my friends, they know that I'm me, you know.
Unhinged, unstable.
Right. Right. Cheating.
Anyway, whoa, whoa,
No,
whoa,
not cheating as in like on your
whoa.
significant other. I'm saying cheating like as in on your work. You cheated your way through
Whoa,
college and stuff like that.
no,
That kind of cheating.
whoa,
Not cheating.
whoa.
Not that kind of
Oh,
cheating. Though,
this
Well, that was
man
a
here.
that was a big speed bump.
Yeah, yeah. I had to had to make sure
I
I
said,
You could
correct
be
just
myself.
crashed
blackballed
right
from
into
that.
the.
Had to make
Just
sure I
crashed right
correct
into the
myself.
wall, huh,
I
Nick?
don't
Huh?
I don't need my boy to be homeless tonight, man.
Well, first off, I did not cheat in college. Okay, I did not do that. High school, no, I didn't do that. Now, elementary, Karen might have a couple of stories, but
Easy at school. Why would you be cheating in elementary?
Right.
listen,
It's the
I,
easiest part.
listen. It was school.
Kindergarten at that. Do you need me to explain the whole situation?
You don't need to.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm just trying to
you
see.
don't need to. Okay,
I wasn't the one stealing crayons, and
okay.
Stealing
then
crayons.
stole my paper to try to get the answers.
You was a cheater and a thief, boy. I tell
I
you.
believe it. I believe it.
Wow,
I
that's
believe it.
crazy.
I
That is
believe it.
crazy.
I mean, what?
Anyway, back to the task at hand here, guys. Okay, we have a podcast we're doing. Okay, but not like if you are asking my friends, like I ain't me, so I am what you get, and if I can't be myself around you, then I'm not for you,
Mm.
because I like doing things. I like going out to sporting events. Like just on Saturday, like I went out to see the Jack State Lady Tigers play, because they played up here in Connecticut. Like I enjoy doing things like that. I enjoy talking about, deep conversations and stuff. Then sometimes I just enjoy sitting here watching my Netflix TV shows. Like it's a wide range. And so if I can't do those things with you, then you're not for me. You know what I'm saying? All right, Donald, back
That's
to
a
you.
good one.
We circled around.
That's a good one there, Ron.
Hey,
Yeah, that was
listen.
good.
That's a good
Thank
one
you.
there.
Listen, shout out to my parents. My mom, she challenged me this week. I ain't gonna cap, guys. She challenged me this week. She said she felt like I was holding back. So I said, I bet. I got you, mom. So I'm gonna express myself a little bit more.
Hi, Mrs.
Okay.
Anderson. I just told you he cheated in kindergarten. I'm sorry.
Hi, Mrs. Anderson. How you doing?
This
Let's see.
podcast finna end real quick.
So I got a question.
Yes,
And this
ma'am.
is going back to what you said earlier about our generation being like the popcorn generation.
Mm-hmm.
So it carries over into relationships where in dating, like in different ways. But something that I've noticed quite often, and even from my personal experience, why is it that people are quick to leave a person alone or stop attempting to date or get to know a person all because they get this one little thing about that person that they don't like a ick, like we say. Why is it?
Because that might keep going on. You might tell a person about their ick, and that person might keep on doing the ick over and over and over and over again. And some people just not willing to put up with it. Some people just don't want to waste their time.
But what if the
Mm.
ick is like just really small and petty though? Like
So,
what if it's something as small as
so, uh-huh.
like you don't like certain hairstyles I wear, or you don't like certain, like something like
But
small like that.
why try to change you though? If that person don't like it, like why would that person try to change you? That'll make that person a bad person.
That's true. But I was just wondering, like, why does it equate to I don't like this, so let me just stop talking to them. And it's something like very small. Just
That
wondered.
is shallow though. That's
Very,
shallow.
very, it's
Yeah, it's
very
shallow,
shallow.
I
bro.
mean, I feel like both genders do it in a
Yeah,
sense.
they do.
Because me personally, I feel like once women go through, with a guy and they have a bad experience, they build this wall up, right? And the next guy that's coming to meet her, now he has to not tear it down, but he has to basically try to climb over this wall just to try to get to know her. And one of the things with me is in relationships, communication is key. You got to communicate with me, because I like communicating. I work in communications. Okay. And so for me, if I do something that irks you or ticks you off and you get mad at me, can you really be mad at me if you didn't tell me? Now, if you
Uh-huh.
tell me, then of course, you have every right to be upset with me. But if you didn't sit here and communicate with me, like, oh, this is what makes me upset, then can you really be mad if I do something petty? You know,
Uh-huh. That's called setting boundaries.
that's what I'm saying. It's called setting boundaries, and like I said, it's called communicating. Like if you and this is for all relationships. Like if you don't communicate, you cannot sit here and get angry with your spouse or the person that you're talking to over anything, whether it be what's your favorite color, what's your favorite food, etc. If you didn't communicate those things to that person, because people are not mind readers,
Mm.
you know? And I feel like sometimes our significant other or whoever we're talking to expects us to read their mind, and be like, "Oh, you should have known that," and I'm like, "No, this isn't Blue's Clues. Tell me what's up."
Yeah.
Okay, like tell me what's up. And so I feel like, you know, I guess this poses the question, like, why do people have a hard time communicating with their significant other or the person that they're talking to?
Because people are hard to communicate with. a lot of people listen. They don't respond to understand.
Mm-hmm.
They respond just so they can say, "Oh, I said this," or "Oh, I said that." It's a difference between listening to understand and listening to have a response. And a lot of people just listen to have a response.
Oh, look at you. Oh, okay. What you got, Nick? I see you. I see you trying to
I
say something.
I don't have man. You gonna have to come back to me, man. Come back to me.
I gotta come back to you. All right, Don, what you
Yeah.
got?
As far as the communication, it's pretty much the same thing. Like I know for myself personally, like that's one of my um weaknesses. Is communicating. Because for one, I'm just a laid back person in general, so I don't really um assert myself in certain areas. So even when it comes to communicating, like in my mind, if I communicate anything, it's gonna lead to a confrontation. Like that's just how I feel about it. So of course, that's not always the case, but that's just what it seems like in that moment because some things you let go on so long to where it kind of builds up, and then once it does become time to have that conversation, then at this point you're just reacting out of emotion, right? You're very emotional. You're not thinking logically. You don't really know what you want to say or what you're trying to say, but at the end of the day, once it comes out, then it just comes out and just kind of like what Karen was saying. At this point, you're just listening to have a response, right? So I feel like you're attacking me, so I'm going to attack you, right? Or you feel like I'm attacking you, so you're trying to attack me. But communication is key, man, for sure. So that's one thing that I'm currently working on is my communication, just me being personal. But I do understand that communication is key. So we do have little highlight moments where the communication is like A1 is great, and it's like, dang, like they really worked. It felt good. We worked through that problem. And then other times it's like, she be want to screw up, so uh she be want to screw up with me. So I don't know, man. We kind of working through it. As far as the communication aspect goes, but communication definitely is key because without it, no relationship will ever last. So
But how can you communicate when both of y'all are in your phone? You know, like
Mm.
on
so like
social
if
media.
you like oh, you mean like social media wise?
Yeah.
So like pretty much you letting social media influence like your thought process or
No, so
stuff like that.
I think what Nick was trying to say is, I
Just
think,
basically in your phone.
yeah,
Or
like
if
you're
you
not
like full
in
fledged
your phone.
arguing and you just looking at your phone, like neither one of y'all are
Yeah, I
Yeah.
listening to
think,
each other. You just distracted by the phone.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, at that point, like
you
y'all
ain't
ever
for
seen that
me.
video? Y'all ever seen that video of that girl sitting across from that dude, and then she just stood up and like sparring kicked him at the chair? Like that's what you want to do in that sense, right? Because you
Video is
ignoring
this?
me. I don't feel like you're listening to me, right? Like you're clearly
Mm-hmm.
ignoring me, right? So at that point, it'll really piss you off, like
Mm-hmm.
honestly.
Yeah.
And like I said, just being personal once again, right? You get to that point of being like, all right, so we're talking about something serious. You're not paying me any attention. You're not listening because either one, you're in your phone, like Nick was just saying, or
Right.
two, like you just thinking about the next thing that you want to say, right? You don't really care about what I'm saying. You're just thinking about the next thing that you want to say. So you gotta develop a system with each other, right? So if that's the case, then you need to have some type of structure in place or some type of system in place with each other to be like, all right, look, like if I'm feeling like this and we're about to have this conversation, let's put the phones down. Let's go in this isolated room or whatever the case may be, where it's just me, you, and four walls, nothing else, no distractions, no nothing, and just focus on each other, right? So if that's you going into the bathroom or whatever the case may be, like just focus on each other, look each other in the eye, and just have that conversation.
Okay.
But you gotta do what you gotta do to eliminate those distractions first.
That is also true. Yeah, I feel
I got
like,
another question. I'm
what's up,
sorry,
Karen?
and this is
Are you?
so this is the feed into the communication, and I get the not being on the phone. Like that's a very important key to being able to properly communicate with somebody. So how do you like I guess fight fairly or like because sometimes when you in the heat of the moment, a conversation may escalate, and then it escalates to somebody insulting the other, or like, how do you keep it a fair fight, if that makes sense? How you make it fair?
Well, I think all of that has to deal with your partner itself, right? Because disagreements are going to happen, you know, at some point. It's the inevitable. There we go, inevitable, right? So it's all about how you keep your composure without trying to throw shots at the other, because it's kind of like working in a group project, right? We all have one common goal, right? And we're going to figure out how to get to whatever we got to get to. No matter how many different ideas we have, it's all going to lead to the same goal. And so when you and your spouse or you and your person you're talking to are having disagreements, yeah, listen to each other. Don't be sitting here trying to throw shots at each other, because at the end of the day, you're both trying to get to the same conclusion. And like I said last week, my folks have been married for 30 years, right? And I know at some point they've had their disagreements, but again, they still wouldn't be married for 30 years if they sat here and after every argument they went their separate ways, you know. And so you have to understand your spouse and truly know that if you're really interested in them, if you really love them, don't let the arguments push you all to throwing shots at each other and eventually, leading to more disagreements when the disagreement that was already at hand could have been solved easily.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Talk to
I'm
me.
working on. I'm working on myself, but
Uh-huh.
I've experienced a couple of arguments in my
Okay.
day, and
Is this
if I
story
feel like
time? Because last week we had story time. Is this story time?
it may partially turn into one. Just
Let's
hold
go
on.
I'm
story
finna
time.
say this.
Let me cook real quick. So,
Go ahead.
if I feel like I'm being sneak this, or I feel like you finna say something to me off the wall, I just may beat you to the punch. Because, well, this is my old self again. I'm worked on myself and I'm doing much better.
You
But
said beat him to
so
a pup?
no,
Oh, beat him. I was gonna say, wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. Wait a
no,
minute.
no. If I feel like you finna sneak this me, I'm finna beat you to the punch, and I'm finna say something about you first. So
Okay.
this one guy I used to date, and we were a pretty serious couple, right? So I don't even remember what the disagreement was for. But anyway, long story short, I started out calm. I was like, "Hey, can we talk? XYZ." He kept just yapping at the mouth, yapping at the mouth. I said, "All right, Patches." He had a little spot in the top of his head. Now, when he was trying to say nothing, but he took me there, and I called him Patches. And then from then on, it took off. We was just back and forth with it. We got nothing resolved. It was fun though, because
She caught
what
in
you're not
there.
gonna do is come at me crazy. And what he
She caught
said to
in
me
there.
was, and everybody knows this, like, I'm tall for a woman. I'm like 5'10", right? And how the conversation started after I asked him about 3 times, "Hey, could we talk? Something is bothering me." And he was like, "What could be bothering a woman that's tall like Shaq?" I said, "Oh,
Dang.
okay, all right. So this is what we're gonna do." So that's why I called them patches, because if I'm Shaq, you need to get some patches fixed and feel in the top of your head, because I can see them. I'm looking down at the top of your head and I can see the patches. I'm
Y'all
just
love
saying.
each other, man. Y'all love each other.
No,
I ain't
that's
gonna lie
my
though.
no. Mm-mm.
That was
I'm
Oh
sensitive, but
my.
I'm not sensitive at the same time. Like, man, I remember what you say to me. I'm not gonna forget. But like, I let it go. But if it keep happening, man, we're gonna have to see about that. I'm not gonna sit here and let you keep disrespecting me. You know what I'm saying? Like calling me out my names and stuff like that. I'm
And
not
see,
gonna
that's
let
See,
the
that
thing.
slide.
Like, I'm very like, and I'm like that too. Like, I'm sensitive. Like, everybody think that I'm just this hard person. Like, my face, I don't smile, so people just think I'm mean and I'm hard. I'm not. I'm really very soft. But
Yeah.
if you pick at me about little stuff that I already like, just real sore, you gonna take me there. And it ain't.
so
Yeah.
Once
my
you
my
take me there, that's it.
so my question is, and this is for both of you all. At what point did you communicate and was like, hey, I really don't like X, Y, and Z.
The
Can you
first time.
please? Okay, good. What about you, Karen?
Yeah, so at that point in that relationship, I had multiple conversations about, hey, this bothers me. Like, I don't like to approach anybody like I'm nagging, because who really likes somebody that's just constantly in their ear about something? Like, if I say anything, it's really bothering me. So after the third conversation, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
All
You
right, he
figure it
really
out.
didn't like you then. At this
At
point,
all, at all.
he did
And
not like you.
I ain't like patches either. So hey, we
Not
even.
Patches.
Patches.
I hope Patches ain't watching this podcast.
I
I
hope
hope
Patches is watching.
I hope Patch is watching. We need the viewership and subscribes, okay? Sure. I hope Patches
Oh, he
is
gonna
watching.
report this. He ain't gonna
He,
subscribe. He gonna report this one.
he'll be all right, I guess. I don't know.
If
But
you're out
no,
there,
man.
sorry to you. I
Oh,
don't know
man.
you
That
there.
is. I mean, so in that instance, I feel like he just didn't respect your boundaries or your request, right? And in moments like that, I feel like you have to really evaluate your relationship at that point and see, is it really worth it? Because if he's sitting here already digging at your insecurities, you know, what else is he capable of doing? You know? Because I feel
I'm
like
gonna
if
in
somebody
the scalp. Apparently.
Well, now I think he got the picture pretty fast when I told him, "Hey, I ain't renewing my lease. You gotta find somewhere to stay, but go
oh
ahead,
my,
Dang.
find you somewhere to stay."
You had to get him
That
out
was
of the
it.
way, didn't
He got the picture then.
oh my,
you? Jeez.
okay,
Got him
Jesus,
on right on out the way expeditiously, as T.I. would say.
Okay.
I plays
oh
no
my,
games.
okay. Hey, listen, do what you got to do, okay? But like, I feel like in that sense, yes, communication was established, but he just didn't care, you know. But if somebody really actually is into you and actually likes you and loves you, they respect those boundaries that
Yeah.
you told them from the jump, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like, don't get me wrong. Do I play a lot when I talk about somebody? Yes, like I'd be like, "What up, little big forehead?" Or something like
Ooh.
that.
Was you looking in the
Wow.
mirror and talking to yourself at the time? Like, just trying to.
Oh. But not like I'll say something like that, but I'm saying it in a joking manner. But again, if you know me, then you know that sometimes I joke like that. Now, of course, if you communicate with me in the beginning and be like, hey, I'm really not liking that, then sure, I'll stop. You know, but that's just who I am.
Yeah.
Heck, we from Mississippi. We know that whenever we meet somebody new, that's the first thing that they do. You know, we're used to it. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Man,
man.
never talk to Ron if you're on your 13th reason, bro. I'm just gonna say that. Because he gonna give
Wow.
you that 13th reason. I'm telling you, telling you
Hey,
right
Donna will
now.
too. Donna will
Nah,
too.
I'm really a good guy. All right,
Thank you.
really a good
Thank
guy.
you. Thank you.
But I do like to
Some
make jokes. It's okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like make it like if like as friends, I feel like you can't make jokes with your friends or your significant other or the person that you're talking to.
Man, me and my wife, we roast each other every day, so it's okay.
As y'all
Like
should.
that's what make it fun though. Like that's what keeps it. That's what keep the love alive for the most part, right? Like we just like we like joking with each other. She gonna roast me, I'm gonna roast her, and we gonna share a laugh. That's it.
Yeah. Tough skin.
Tough skin.
Gotta have that tough
Now
skin, man.
sometimes she do cut a little deep though. She do cut a little deep sometimes. I get a little sensitive.
Yeah,
But
mine
What,
do too.
what,
But I cut
what,
deeper too,
what,
boy. She get the okay. That wasn't funny. You don't have to. You ain't have to go there. That's what she say. Like nah, nah. Mm-mm. You want to keep going? Let's keep going. I'm from Provine. I went to Provine. You forgot this how we got down back in the day. We roasting all the time now. You went to you up here in Rankin County. Us folks in Jackson. That's how we did with clown on folks. So You come on with
Oh.
it. I'm gonna cut you down.
Man, I remember one time I called Runs. I called Runs for some advice, man. I'm talking about I'm like sad. I'm on the verge of tears. I answered the phone. He said, wow, that forehead answered the phone before you did. I said, all right, I'm just gonna call this a day. I don't know what to do. I was sad, man. That man didn't care. Then start laughing. I was like, you know what? You don't even care about me. I ain't your
Ain't no
friend.
way.
I'm
It
not your
just ain't no
friend.
way I'll let Ron talk about my forehead.
Oh no, I
That
told
just
him. I
that
told
just
him
like
like
me calling somebody
it looked
fat.
like his uncle is Joe Gotti. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Joe Gotti is your uncle,
Wow.
G.
Wow. This has turned into a roasting session. That is crazy. I haven't even done anything, man. That is crazy. But
See,
again,
that's why
like,
I try not to say anything because I don't want to take it too far. Cause see, I know me.
uh-huh.
I sometimes I might hit you a little deep, and you be like, why would you say that? You know, I feel bad after that. So I just try not to say nothing unless you provoke me. But once you provoke me, I'm on your ass. I just hope you know that.
I
Oh
feel like
wow.
if you've been in a relationship for a decent amount of time, you should know when your significant other is playing or when they
Oh yeah.
being serious about a joke. You know what
Of
I'm
course.
saying?
Of
So,
course. And if you can't distinguish the difference, it's time to reevaluate some things.
yeah,
Okay.
it
Because
is.
now it's time to look at, do you actually know me like you say you do?
Yeah,
Or do you just know me by the things that I tell you? You know? Because some things I like some things I feel like I don't have to tell you, some things like mannerisms and stuff like that. I feel like you should pick up on. Like again, like if we're going back and forth joking with each other, and you see that I'm becoming more and more on the defensive side, then to you that should indicate, okay, let me back up, let me slow down for a second, you know.
yeah.
But if you keep going and you see that your significant other person you're talking to is becoming more defensive, and you're not stopping, then it's like, do you really care for me? You know, at that point. But like I said, like this all ties back into communication. Like if
Yeah,
you don't communicate these things from the jump, you can't get mad when that person does it. That's just how I feel.
yeah.
You know.
In the
Anybody else got
words of
anything?
Eric Mays, when you go low, I go lower.
That's right.
Sorry,
That's right.
can't
That's
do
right.
it. I'm working on myself still. The good Lord is working on me still. Thank you.
Okay.
Listen, I'm glad. Okay, the Lord is working on all of us on this podcast.
Hmm.
Okay, to do better and be better. Because at the end of the day, I feel like we make relationships much harder than they're supposed to be. That's just how I personally feel. Like from communicating to doing right by a person, I feel like
My
those
God.
things. Uh oh, you got something?
No,
You got
sorry.
something?
Go
No,
ahead.
what's up?
No, go ahead. We
Oh,
good.
okay.
You
But
touched the sore spot about the doing right by people. You already
hey,
know.
listen,
You
this
know.
this this is the pod. Listen, if you want to share a story, share a testimony. Okay.
I got multiple stories. Just pick one. Just go ahead. Keep talking.
Hey,
One
the
come to
doors.
mind.
Okay, I'm about to say the doors of the
One will
church are
come to
open
mind.
right now. Okay, but anyway, like I feel
Mm-mm.
like
Close them. We finna do the second collection
Close.
plate.
okay, cool. But no, like I feel like relationships don't have to be as hard as we make them.
No,
Marriages
they don't.
too. Marriages too. Like just communicate with your partner about what's wrong, what's up, you know, and just do right by the person, man. Like doing right by people is what makes relationships a whole lot easier to me. Again, this is all my opinions.
Because if you don't do right by me, I've seen people's lives crash. I'm telling
Mm.
you, don't do right by me and see what happens.
Oh,
Oh,
we.
Every
oh,
time.
oh,
I'm telling you right now.
oh.
It's been listen, it's been a listen, that's just how protected I am. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. When I tell people this, they don't believe me. But literally I know about 3 people in my life every single time they do wrong by me, some in life go wrong. And I'm talking about go left. I'm talking about a hard left. I'm talking about I just busted you on the interstate left, trying not to get caught by a state trooper left. Like that kind of left. So
Dang.
hey. Be like
Oh
that
my.
sometimes.
Oh my.
Sheesh.
Okay. Okay. All right then. That's
I'm
a
not
dangerous game
dangerous.
right
I'm
there.
just saying, it's not. Listen,
The dangerous
it could be
game.
something as simple as like their job, their anything. Like I have. When I say I've seen it, I have seen it. Like I had an ex, kid you not. I found out he was doing what he wanted to do, and with multiple women. Next week he lost his job. The next week after that, his car broke down. The next week after that, his second car broke down. I was like, "She,
Man,
that should be the Lord telling you something there, buddy."
Oh
did you
my.
take him back?
I no, no, no. That's the one
Uh,
he had to find somewhere to stay because I was not renewing my lease. And he thought it was a game
dang.
until he saw
Ah,
my clothes leaving that
Petrus was
apartment.
out.
Peace,
Petrus was out here living life.
peace.
Okay.
Patrick thought he was living
See,
life, but I was
that's
living
why he
life a little better.
love. That's why Petrus had them. That's why Petrus had them patches. He was stressed. He was stressed out. Patches,
Listen,
Patches was stressed out, man. He was juggling too much at one
listen,
time.
man.
That's what it was.
Listen.
He
Oh
was
my
juggling too
He
much
gosh.
thought
at
he was
one
living
time.
life. I was living it much better. Hey,
Okay.
I tell people, I give like I'm a genuine person from jump. You could be mean to me, you could be rude. I'm gonna continue to be me. I'm nice, but once you do me wrong, the Lord got you. Cause I ain't finna do nothing to you,
Okay.
but the Lord got you, and He gonna get you. So
I
Oh
think
wow.
also too, to be able to love someone else, you got to learn how to love yourself too. Like, be single in your single phase. Don't be so eager to jump in a relationship. Like, if you just came out of a long term relationship, take some time for yourself, get to know yourself, get to love yourself before you just go jump into another relationship, because you just gonna hurt that, put that hurt on somebody else. So I
Okay.
just say, just take time for yourself. You know.
You got a point. Like I feel like sometimes people don't fully heal before they
Yeah.
get into another relationship. I feel like in their mind, they're like, oh yeah, I'm good now. But as a whole, mind, body, and spirit, they're not fully healed, you know?
Hmm.
And I feel like sometimes people jump into those relationships so fast, thinking that they're ready when actuality they may not be.
Yep.
And I feel like that's why sometimes hurt, Will Smith said it best: hurt people, you
Yep.
know? And I know people, probably look at that and be like, okay, but it's actually true. Like, hurt people hurt other people. And then it becomes a continuous cycle of hurting the next person. And I
Yep.
feel like, in both genders, I feel like that happens some quite often. Like I might be saying, "Oh, I'm ready for a relationship," and then I go get with this girl, and I end up hurting her feelings in a bad way. So now the next person that she's going to possibly date, she's liable to hurt his feelings as well based off my actions from what I did to her. And so like you said, Nick, you know, people have to learn how to love themselves and how to be mind, body, and soul fully healed before getting into relationships or even talking to people.
Yeah.
Because listen, don't waste my time. Okay.
For real.
Sister Maxine said it best. I'm reclaiming my time. If I feel like you not vibing with me, I'm finna reclaim my time because
Right.
that is a waste of time and energy. Okay. I am a busy man myself. So don't sit here and waste my time. Okay. That's just me. That's just my opinion. Don't nobody scold me for it. Thank
but
you.
see,
Right.
that's the thing. It's like, a lot of people feel like if you're so short fused and quick to cut somebody off, you hear oh, well, how are you ever gonna find somebody if you don't give this person a chance, or what was wrong with this person? Like, I know how I am. And the dating pool, let me just tell y'all, as a single woman, a single black woman, and a single plus size black woman, it is below the pits of hell. And, I I have gotten to a point where now, if I see one little ick before I even start talking, it's like, nah, we good. Cut it off right now. Pull the plug. I'm not gonna do this. And I've gotten short fused because it's like, all right, I'm not gonna waste no more time. And if I sense the foolishness before we can even get off the ground, I'm sorry. I'm landing the plane. I don't care if you need to emergency evacuate, get a parachute, get the black box, hop off of it, baby. Please go,
Oh,
cause I don't got it in me. Sorry,
all
don't have
right.
it in me.
So
You
I
right.
got 2 questions.
Ooh, Donald got questions.
All right,
Oh
I
boy,
got 2 questions.
talk
Okay.
to me.
So one, can we get an example of like one of your icks? As well as, do you feel like, cause Karen, how old are you, Karen?
28.
28. All right. So do you feel like you being 28 and having those icks or that short fuse sort of speak, um, do you think it's more so like frustration because like you said the dating pool is so bad? Um, do you think that it's more so like frustration and knowing that you at a certain age right now where you may or may not want to be moving forward toward like bigger things like marriage and kids and all this stuff? I don't know you personal life, but I just know like for some people like that does become a thing. Like they start to get frustrated because they feel like, well, like dang, like it's no good men, it's no good women, blah blah blah. I'm this age and I still want to have these things, but I feel like I'm pretty much racing against the clock at this point.
Right. So it plays a small portion in it, but okay. So example, of one of my ex, I don't like a guy that is very flashy or feels like he has to show off or make sure like I know what he has or is capable of. Let me give you an example. I was talking to this dude and look clean cut, please. Emphasis on that. Remember that. Drove a BMW, nice on the outside. Uh Common sense is big as my pinky. So it was like on top of that, it was him. When you go to a gas station and you just want to get $20 on pump five, what you pulling out a whole pocket of $100 bill for? Like, what do I need to see that for? Like, why are you doing it? Is it your rent money? Do you want me to? You want to give me your rent money? Like, what are you flashing it
He
for?
might
So it's like
he might be trying to compensate for something.
that's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
And see,
That just I don't know. I don't
Oh
know.
my god. Oh.
I just feel like you're doing a bit much if I'm in the grocery store. And you can tell when somebody want to talk to you or they want to approach you. You can tell the body language. And I'm behind you in the checkout line, and you got a pack of gum, a juice, and maybe we'll say on a good day, maybe you got like some other little small groceries in your cart, but you pulling out a whole wad of 20s, knowing your total is probably about $15. What you trying to show me, sir? Because if we being honest, $1,000 is nothing in today's economy. So money really don't impress me either. And like I tell anybody that I get with, like I'm not with you for your money. Because 9 times out of 10, whatever you can do for me, I can do for myself time too. So money really not gonna move me. But yeah, that's just one of my icks. Like as soon as I notice that you're a flashy person or you like to show off, you out of there. Quick. I'm about to punch you like a football. I'm sorry,
See,
can't do it.
I blame it on y'all, some of y'all women, for the way these
Uh-oh.
men, for the way these
Uh-oh.
Oh,
men do
brother.
things, for the way these men, because like some women be with a man because of the money. Some women would have jumped on that situation. They would have been like, "Oh, he got money. Let me, stuff like that right
Yeah, that's
there."
his
Like
rent
I
money. And
just
if he
like,
don't take it to the office by 5 p.m. Monday, he homeless. That's probably what that was. But I get what you're saying, but I don't think it's all okay. So what do you mean? Like, how do you feel women just want y'all for money? Like, what are some indicators?
it's some women out there that like, I, man, I can't explain it because I never have dealt with it before, but I know people that have. I
Don't
I have
dig a
me
hole,
personally.
Nick. Don't dig a hole.
Right, I was about to say, cuz don't become homeless. Don't become homeless on Tuesday night, okay?
No, for real. I personally never dealt with that, but like I know, is women out there that's like that. You know, there's gold diggers in a sense, like just using the man for his money, and just like he was trying to do that to you, he was trying to see if you was like that, if you was gonna bite on the money, and you didn't. So
It's I
just
don't know. I could tell. Well, one, I don't like to be tested either. That's another thing too that I feel comes up a lot in relationships. You got to test the other person to see what they will do or what they won't do. I don't like that because I feel like if you have a strong interest in me, you should be interested in actually getting to know me. And by figuring out my personality and just seeing how I interact with you, that should tell you what my character is. And then two, like I get that it is women out here that just use people for money. I got that. But at the same time as well, sometimes men use their money to manipulate women too. Y'all do some stuff with money too now. It ain't just us. Y'all will use y'all money to, manipulative, as they say.
mm, well, I didn't. I never did that before. Man, I love money too much. I
Listen,
ain't
I,
trying
I ain't got the money to do that.
to.
That's for them high class, folks who got extra money can do that. Okay,
Not the
me,
high class.
listen, listen. I got $1 or two, and that's about it. Okay, it is what it is. All right, you get what you get.
Right,
I ain't
true.
flashing no money. Okay,
Because
I am not
I ain't
flashing no
finna put
money.
up that lifestyle, and I know I'm not living like
That's
it.
what I'm saying. Like, I ain't finna put up no kind of lifestyle that I know I cannot afford or afford to maintain.
Yeah,
Okay. Like, I enjoy my little simple life I have now. You know? I feel like, but you are right though, Nick. Like, I do feel like some people try to, not both genders again, both genders
yeah,
try
both genders.
to
Yeah,
um, live beyond their means to impress whoever, you
yeah,
know? And so, I feel like if that's your way of dating, sure, go at it. You know what I'm saying? If you can, if you like, living on your last check, do what you gotta do. Okay. But that ain't me. Okay. I'm not gonna do that. All
yeah,
right. I'm not finna sit here and be like, look at my bank account, like, oh man, I got $1 left, but I'm finna show this girl I got $300 in my bank in my pocket, so she can see what's up. I'm not finna do that,
yeah.
That's why they
because
say all that glitters ain't gold. Because
No,
there's some
ma'am.
men out there that did it now. It's some men that
oh, of
that's
course,
living that same situation you just said, got $5, but they got on the nice Burberry shirt, got the the up to date. They in line for a raffle on the weekends for some tennis shoes, but you got $5 in your account
That's
trying to
crazy.
impress somebody.
That's
But
so
then,
crazy.
but then the thing is too, some men get intimidated with a woman that can, do and uphold themselves a certain way. Like me, for example. Somebody, and I ain't gonna call no names,
I'm
told
gonna
me
call
the
them
other day that
patches.
I just look. No, actually, I'm taking the. I should have never told you that story, man. I'm taking a shot at you though. Somebody the other day told me that I look like I'm just bougie, and they ain't well.
Oh,
Let me
okay
think about
then.
that. Okay, I
I
might
mean,
be a little bit,
I
Oh,
see the
okay
but
coach
then.
bag over there.
That what I'm
I
saying.
mean,
your background
listen,
is snitching on you right now.
it is. Let me just hold my arm right there real quick so y'all can't see it. But no, it's not. It's not even that. It's like I work hard. Like I got a good head on my shoulders. I'm not out here in the streets. I'm not out here scamming because it's some women scamming too. And I just feel like I work hard. I don't have no responsibilities. I have godchildren and they're spoiled as well. So I feel like why not just do for myself whenever I want to get whatever. I can go out right now and spend about $300 on a pair of shoes. Not saying that I would like to, but it's just like I'm able to do that. And a lot of men get intimidated that the women that they like or find attractive can uphold themselves or live that kind of lifestyle because they know deep down out, inside they can't do that. And I feel like that's a little unfair because you can't get mad at me because I can spend money on myself and you over here getting a little single portion of cereal out of Walmart and a little thing of milk so you can have dinner tonight. And I'm over here at Longhorn getting my nice little Parmesan crusted chicken, because I'm responsible with my money and I work hard for my money. You don't want to do nothing all day, but be on the block with Peanut and them. And now you eating cereal
Wow.
in your kitchen.
Dang.
Come on.
Dang.
Just saying.
Wow.
Why are y'all
Okay.
intimidated? Why, well, I ain't gonna say y'all. Why are some men intimidated by women that can uphold themselves or, just spoil themselves and splurge?
because because that's all they can offer is money. I mean, or that lifestyle. I mean, that's all they can offer. They can't offer you no type of spiritual relationship with God or anything else like that. That's all they can offer you is just money. That's it. That's all they got. Don't barely have a house, barely got whatever car. That's all they can offer.
Okay. Well, listen, guys. This has been a great conversation. Not gonna lie to you, this has been spirited. And actually, we're gonna table this conversation right here to the next episode because I feel like we can do a solid 30 to 45 minutes on this right here alone because
Make a difference.
you make a great both of you all making some great points right there. But listen, our time is up. We've been doing this for close to 50 plus minutes, and it was, like I said, it was a great conversation. Oh my god! But listen, before the episode ends, I want everybody to like, subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Oh brother, pages because we're trying to grow the views. We're trying to do something great. We're just three guys from the state of Mississippi, and we got something to say. Everybody, thank you all for watching. Have a great night.
Keep Lee peace.
Oh God.